Hey guys, Jay, welcome back to the channel. So, this is Titans Talking Toys, and guys, wouldn't you know it? Some really big news has hit for M.A.S.K fans. Oh my goodness, everybody, this is absolutely bonkers. Thanks to our good friends over at toyhabits.com, it was revealed that the loyal subjects have actually teased the Wave 2 of M.A.S.K. That's right, Mobile Armor Strike Command continues in 2026. And this is absolutely bonkers news for anybody who's looking to collect M.A.S.K in 2026. And of course, we here at Titans Toys are the official distributors of M.A.S.K here in Canada. So I had to cover this news because it's absolutely thrilling. Guys, let's take a deep dive into this and see exactly what was announced on Loyal Subjects. More about M.A.S.K and everything happening in 2026. The Loyal Subjects is absolutely killing it. Let's have a look, everybody. So guys, I just wanted to remind everybody that Action Figure Comic-Con is a huge new event, and this is the brainchild of my good friend Danny Green, the boss here at Titan Toys, and it's absolutely freaking incredible. It'll be happening in January of 2026, guys, and we have full details on our new website, actionfigurecomiccon.com, and there's going to be great action figures, dioramas. Everything is going to be available, and we have a lot of great events, including cosplay events, diorama showcases, and of course, toys. This will be happening on January 31st, 2026 at the Japanese Canadian Culture Center, 6 Sakura Way, Toronto, Ontario, M3C 125. Born from the passion of collectors and creators, AFCC is a convention built for the cultural toys, cosplay, Canada, for the culture, toys, cosplay, cards, and collectibles all under one roof. This is more than an event, it is a community. And this event is, of course, sponsored by our good friends over at TitanToys.com. Guys, Titan Toys is your one-stop shop for action figures all year round. Head over there, give them a like and a follow, and sign up for their points program. It's going to be freaking amazing, guys. Action Figure Comic-Con will feature wonderful miniature creators, guys who are making dioramas which are just to die for, including our good friend Mega City Minis, who created this incredible Janeway subway station. And you can see exactly how we put it together on his Instagram page. This thing is absolutely stunning. We also have creators like Figgy Smalls, the man who's creating incredible dioramas, just absolutely massive. Look at this one. That Sentinel is dwarfed by the size of these buildings, and it looks absolutely sick. And of course, our good friend Shay Reed will also be a featured creator at Action Figure Comic-Con 2025. The man is really doing it, especially for Delta 17. I got to tell you guys, this was an amazing video. You guys have to check it out on Shay Reed's Instagram page as well as our own Danny Green's page. It's absolutely incredible, guys. We will see you at Action Figure Comic-Con 2025. Don't forget the date. It is January 31st, 2026 at the Japanese Canadian Culture Center. I'll have more details on tickets, where you can sign up for exhibitors, and of course, how you can get involved in Action Figure Comic-Con, especially if you are a cosplayer. Guys, we'll see you at Action Figure Comic-Con very, very soon, and I'll have details all about the show coming up for you in the next couple weeks. I'll see you guys there. Heading over to our good friends, toyhabits.com. Guys, toyhabits.com is a wonderful news resource for toy news all year round. Give them a like and a follow. Tell them that Jay sent you. They have some official images of Wave 2, which were confirmed, and a little bit of early information. And I wanted to take a deep dive and see exactly what was posted on toyhabits.com all about M.A.S.K. This is going to be amazing, guys. Let's have a look. Scrolling down, this article is written by Michael on October 13th, 2025. This comes hot off the heels of Michael's visit to New York Comic Con. So let's take a look at exactly what was announced. Ever since San Diego Comic Con 2025, we've all been counting down the days to which the vehicles would be complete for Wave 2 of the Loyal Subjects M.A.S.K line. When Hurricane and Jackhammer were first confirmed, speculation ran wild about what could possibly round out the wave. This is awesome, guys. I can't believe that these vehicles are already confirmed. Well, the wait is finally over. And I couldn't be more excited to share news. After an awesome in-person chat with John from Loyal Subject at New York Comic Con 2025, he relieved that Piranha and Gator will be joining Wave 2, completing this iconic lineup in style. This is awesome. For those of you who don't know, the M.A.S.K lineup has continued to grow strong after the first wave. And here we go. This little teaser provided by the Loyal Subjects looks absolutely sick. There they are, everybody. Jackhammer, Gator, Hurricane, and Piranha. Oh my goodness, guys. This is amazing. And the price points will definitely be much more affordable for these deluxe style vehicles, I would hope anyway, as the first wave did so well. Let's take a look at what exactly we can expect from these vehicles. But these prototypes that were put on display for this teaser are just stunning. And I really am excited about one in particular, which some archivists out there were able to find something truly, truly special, which we're going to cover in this episode. Let's have a look at this, guys. Wave 2 really just sparked the imagination for what's possible in M.A.S.K. Now, this really would have been an interesting parlay into like a Transformers M.A.S.K line, but obviously that's no longer in the cards. The movie sort of hinted at that, given the idea that G.I. Joe was supposed to combine with Transformers to bring us something really, truly special, which could have actually become the M.A.S.K type of vehicles, but it never actually happened. But now we get to see that Loyal Subjects really is picking up the ball and running with it as much as they can, because this looks ridiculous. Let's have a look at the first vehicle. Now, these pictures were debuted at New York Comic Con, and it's great to see these. The first official vehicle pictures for Wave 2's assortment. There it is, Hurricane, fully decked out. And of course, these are the illustrations themselves, which are on the box art, but they look so good, guys. I can't believe that they finally have picture-only reveals at the New York Comic Con, but it's great to be able to confirm that these things have actually been announced and planned for 2026. There's Jackhammer. Oh my God, this was actually one of my absolute favorite vehicles in the line. It did some really cool things, like the rear caboose would prop up and become the gun turret. The front angle would be like a shield for the actual windshield itself, so you couldn't actually just shoot your way through the driver's side or passenger side. And the front bumper actually ended up having multiple armaments. It was a really great set. I loved the overall shiny nature as well of the chromed out wheels, as well as the weapons themselves. And I'm so glad that Loyal Subjects decided to bring that back with the chrome details. It's amazing. Also on display were the original packaging art. Now, these are still subject to change, as these ones obviously came from the original packages, so now they should be updated for 2026. Hurricane and Jackhammer here, of course, Venom and M.A.S.K, respectively. Correcting myself a little bit, these actually were the slides from San Diego Comic-Con 2025, and it's just amazing to see that the confirmation for these new shots for 2026 now reveal 2 additional vehicles. But let's take a look at the original packaging way back in the day, in the 1980s, and try to glean what type of additional features we can find for these vehicles, as some of them did have new features that were shown only in the cartoons. But at the same time, I think a lot of fans are just happy to even get these in their original form, as M.A.S.K has become quite sought after in the years since the originals have been released. The first one we're going to take a look at is, of course, Jackhammer. Again, one of my favorite vehicles from the line itself. Jackhammer, of course, is the Venom 4x4 assault vehicle with action figure Cliff Dagger. He was another one of my favorites in the show. A little bit dopey, but at the same time, the dude had an eye patch, man. He was a freaking pirate. He was awesome. I love the overall design of the box, very much in line with the way, I guess, Kenner was doing it back in the day. But I love the illustrations. That was such a big thing in the 80s. Illustrations and artwork were such a part of toys back in the 80s. And it really was this magical time where photography alone didn't really capture the imagination of kids. You actually had to see a little bit more explosions, details. Transformers was really notorious for actually making toys do depicting the toys as they couldn't even do those things in real life. So it was kind of fun the way. But I love the fact that they were putting, explosions in the backgrounds, painting these little details into the effects, giving the imagination of kids a run for their money. So it was freaking awesome. This particular packaging is beautiful. I love the M.A.S.K logo, obviously with the Cliff Dagger on the side. It's not a window packaging, so it was just a little photograph, really budget-friendly here. And of course, it showed how the vehicle changes from assault vehicle and back to its regular 4x4. Now, we do know that they're keeping the overall style of the box as close as possible, but there will be some very clear changes with the new box once it's actually produced, particularly because the comic book and poster are generally not included with, or we actually don't know if there will be a comic book or poster included with these particular releases. We'll find out later this month in October. The Jackhammer on the reverse of the packaging was obviously very, very well done. Here we do see a photograph of the actual toy itself, all in its glory. And really, it wasn't that different from the illustration, but I love the overall designs. We see the armored hood shield, the reciprocating cannons, the removable rotating air defense weapon, the rotating anti-aircraft turret, and the closing and opening door handles. I love it. We also saw that Cliff Dagger from Venom with Torch, his mask, which pretends to be a flamethrower. I love it. So good. This is freaking awesome. There was even an ad for General Mills. I guess if you had enough of these, you could actually claim some sort of additional prize. It's so much fun taking a look at these old style packaging. But of course, as we said, this will translate into the new packaging as well. The Jackhammer itself was absolutely amazing. These photos, of course, are courtesy of toyhabits.com. Guys, be sure to head over to toyhabits.com and check out this article for yourself. You won't miss it with these high definition photographs. They're amazing. I do believe that these might actually be Michael's own collection, which would be awesome. So as you can see here, this is the regular 4x4 mode for the Jackhammer, looking so good. I always love these little details on the mirrors where they had like almost technical schematics, if you will. The engine also had some sort of technology printed sticker on the top. It's originally was probably going to be a ram scoop, but what is a 4x4 vehicle needed with a ram scoop? This little detail here, of course, is something that they couldn't hide, but it could be, a makeshift ram scoop as well. I love the little spoiler at the top, which is always hilarious when I think about it for 4x4 vehicles. That's so much fun. The chrome wheels and the chrome details just put that icing on the cake. The vehicle itself is just so wonderfully done, and I do believe that at the time they did have a license for either a Range Rover or maybe a Jeep. I'm not really too sure exactly which vehicle this is based on. I'm pretty sure somebody in the comment section will definitely give me a nod and tell me exactly how wrong I am. After it's been transformed, you can see all the wonderful armaments, the hood moving up and protecting the driver and the passenger. The Venom logo right front and center, as if you didn't know who this was to begin with. The actual armaments in the front. Again, the stickers that depict multiple different technologies and electronics. And of course, the rear anti-aircraft defense system, which is so much fun. I always saw this in the cartoons, just defending against Thunderhawk and all the other M.A.S.K vehicles. It was so much fun. It really was a great time in the 80s when toys were just so imaginative, and M.A.S.K really was the highlight of that type of Cliff Blaster Dagger, of course, is going to be included with this. This, of course, is the vintage version, which the details are a little bit less pronounced here, but we do know in the newer editions of the characters, they're going to have more articulation, they're going to have better sculpting and better paint apps. But even back in the day, they had some really cool stuff. We can see that he had a gun holster strapped across his chest with, I don't know if that's a blaster or if it's an actual gun. He also had a belt buckle, which looks like it's it looks like a sheriff's badge, to be perfectly honest with you. And it had that toque, or what a lot of people will say hoodie. Sorry, not hoodie, a little ball cap with a eye patch right over the top of his eye. Love his colors, purple and of course black, really very striking. Now, he did come with two different variations on the mask. He had the short mask, which was a choking hazard at the time. So they had to opt for the more sensible, apparently, long mask, which kept children from choking, apparently. These two will probably be included with the vehicle as they were with the Wave 1 vehicles, and I can't wait to see these guys in action. This is going to be amazing. And then we get to Hurricane. This is really, really cool. And there's so many different things that we can talk about, but specifically, there was a discovery made by a couple of YouTubers who really did, I guess, in trying to find vintage cars, they actually discovered something which they did not expect. The packaging art is wonderful. Once again, the lovely painting illustration here on the front, firing off cannons. We see that in the front, the windshield actually does come apart. And the two front headlights also do telescope in front to actually create brand new attack lasers, if you will. And then in the back, there is another rotating, I think, machine gun, which is crazy. Or it's just a battering ram. I'm going to have to double check on the rear. It's been a while, guys. It also has actually 3 sets of wheels on the sides, making 6 wheels in total, which is freaking crazy. This thing, I think, is an all-terrain vehicle. It's amazing. It is, of course, based off of a 57 Chevy so we know exactly which vehicle this is. And of course, comes with the pilot Hondo McLean, the action figure, and a poster included as well. Moving to the back, we do see now that it is mini cutting lasers, the Terror Spare landmine. Oh, it's a landmine. Broad saw blade, Gale Force wind howitzer. Wow, coming right out of the front windshield. And night vision scanners and infrared blasters. Oh my gosh, with an additional extra set of wheels. Kenner was just killing it back in the day, man. I gotta tell you. This is amazing. Hondo, of course, comes with his M.A.S.K Blaster 2 that pretends to shoot supersonic laser rays. So I love the fact that they really were leaning on the idea that everything is pretend. It's not real, it's pretend, kids. So much fun. Of course, what was I talking about earlier? Well, thanks to our good friend Retro Toy Escapades, who put a post on this, linking directly to the YouTube video in question. Apparently, the team over at WT Detailing made a truly one-of-a-kind discovery. They have found the original 1957 Chevy Bel Air masked Hurricane vehicle that Kenner Toys used for their 1986 TV commercial. Holy crap. That's freaking crazy. So apparently this would go, and not only was it on a commercial, it was a promotional tour. And it includes some incredible details, including the howitzer cannon popping out of the headlights, blasters, and rear saw blade. Amazing. If you want to check out this video, I'll have a link in the description below. There is the actual long link if you're interested. And clicking on the images themselves, here we see the actual vehicle, the vintage vehicle itself. And if we take a closer look at some of the details, yes, indeed, the headlights do telescope out, just like the toy. The front windshield does actually have that Hurricane blaster. As you can see, they actually brought one of the M.A.S.K toys just to highlight all the little details that were available for this vehicle in the showcase where they actually put it on display. Maybe they brought it to toy shows. Maybe they brought it to conventions. This is so much fun, guys. Definitely check out this episode. I'll have links in the description below where you guys can see it. But it's amazing to see this piece of toy history being discovered in a warehouse. They even have the saw blade. Oh my God. That's crazy. This is freaking amazing. Definitely, guys, you have to check out this wonderful discovery. My mind is absolutely blown. This is freaking amazing. Guys, definitely check out WT Detailing on YouTube. And of course, I'll have the link in the description below. Getting back to the toy itself, it is a wonderfully beautiful piece. I love the flame details of the decals itself, harkening very much to a Roadster back in the 70s, 60s, and 70s. I love the big fins and the overall treads on these tires. They're way too big for the original vehicle, but they look like a 4x4 type of situation. Even the lower exhaust pipe. That was such a wonderful detail back in the 60s and 70s. It really is a harkening of the times when you see the Chevy logo, which is very important to say because I think they did have to pay a licensing for this particular vehicle at the time. But the chrome details really take it over the top. It's a beautiful piece. After it's transformed, Hondo sits atop on the actual turret itself. The top portion of the vehicle can actually rotate as a full turret, and you can see all of the additional gun details. They're just so imaginative back in the 80s, I gotta tell you. We really don't have anything quite like this in toy form today. Although there are, of course, Transformers, but M.A.S.K, I think, is very unique in the way it was actually depicted. I've always wondered what the third wheels are for. Just a wonderfully strange time. Does it make it better? Does it make it worse? I don't know. But it is really great to see this once again in its overall state, and the fact that we're getting them in 2026. There's the saw blade coming out of the rear. Beautiful. And of course, it probably shoots out, nearly blinding somebody. The landmine, which is the tire cover. And you can see some technology stickers that are under the hood of the vehicle itself. I love it. Hondo himself did not come with a long mask because his Blaster 2 mask actually was long to begin with. Now, it'll be interesting to see if loyal subjects will actually make a short mask version of this, or if they'll include some other extra. Although I got to tell you, the Hurricane really is a wonderful vehicle with a lot of different gimmicks to really get collectors excited. So I'm not really 100% sure if they'll bother with getting a secondary mask. Although it really would be a good idea in my opinion. Then we're going to take a look at Gator. Now, this was very much another fan favorite in the show. It actually shows up in the opening credits of the show itself, along with Jackhammer. As we can see here, masked off-road vehicle hydroplane with action figure. So much fun. This was a really long box. The off-road vehicle itself changes from hydroplane and back. With the off-road vehicle, it was not a Jeep, guys. It was an off-road vehicle. It had a comic book and poster included. The product does not float. Really important to say that. I love the illustrations, as I said earlier, really harkening to the idea of Kenner at the time. They did Centurions. They did a very similar technique with their paintings and their illustrations at the time. It was so much fun. And, of course, it comes with Dusty Hayes, the action figure. Love it. The rear depicts all of the wonderful features that come with this version. It comes with a powerful freeze cannon. Spring-launched hydroplane can carry up to 2 figures. Ejectable depth charges. Dusty Hayes of M.A.S.K with backlash. The mask which pretends to cause sonic waves. I love it. The upper swing body, which allowed it to eject its amphibian counterpart. So much fun. Along with a roll bar atom blaster. The vehicle itself is just so quaint. I mean, it literally is a Jeep with its hood off and its doors off. But of course, at the time, the fact that they didn't call it a Jeep, unlike the other Chevy, I think that they would probably have to. But I think they would have paid for the license, right? It's kind of hard to explain right now. I mean, even the tires themselves have Goodyear printed on the tires, so they definitely had either some sort of sponsorship from Goodyear, or they actually paid for that particular license, which I don't think so. They probably had a sponsorship. It really does look like one of those old Jeeps from back in the day. I love the orange color. I love the overall stickers, and you can see it looks like a beer keg, but that is no big beer keg. That is, I think in the show they probably would have called it a soda keg, but that is no soda keg. That is a full depth charger right there. Deployed, we can see that the skiff can actually hold 2 different people, because obviously that is the passenger seat and the driver's seat. We can see the laser turret in the front, the exhaust pipes on the sides. Really, it's a fast speedboat type of vehicle. And on the top, we do see that the roll bar actually turns into that cannon, which can shoot from the front. Absolutely stunning. I really am in love with the way M.A.S.K just harkens back to that little time in the 80s where imagination really was key for toy makers. I love it. Dusty, Power Keg Hayes. I told you, powder keg. Beer keg. Comes in 3 different styles here. Obviously, he does have his maskless form, where he's already got a set of goggles at the top. It'll be interesting to see how they pull that one off. I wonder if they'll actually include another detachable set of goggles. I think that would be neat. He has a diver's jacket, which looks more like a life preserver, but it does have a rebreather here at the front, along with some additional gears. And the rest of it seems like a diver suit, which can double as a jumpsuit. He does have his backlash short mask, and of course his non-choking hazard backlash long mask. So it's going to be great to see these with full articulation and wonderful new updated details. Finally, we come to the Piranha. Oh my gosh. Can you believe that back in the day at Kmart, this was only $7.97? Oh, how times have changed, considering the fact that this is probably going to end up being the cheaper of the line. No word on pricing right now, but here's the Piranha. I love the top flap, which I don't think they're going to include with these new additions of the vehicles, although it would be really nice because it just harkens back to that age of wonderful package design. The Piranha Venom motorcycle submarine with action figure. The product does not float, everybody, so if you launch this into the water, it's gone. The motorcycle changes from submarine and back, and of course comes with a comic book and poster included. Cyrax, Slyrax, I love that name, is the action figure included with his mask. This is awesome, guys. I'm really excited to get this into our collections. Piranha comes with everything that you see here. The open and closing canopy, sidebar becomes a submarine, powerful water cannons, pop-out stabilizer fins, sly racks of venom with stiletto. I love that. Mask for pretend underwater harpoon battles. Guys, this is freaking awesome. And of course, on the other side, which is supposed to be the bike itself, along with the sidecar, hidden ground torpedoes, steerable front wheel, And this is so good, man. I love this. One of my favorite vehicles as well in the show, as well as the toy itself. Really was a wonderful time for toys. I mean, these things just do not come out today anymore. Vehicles themselves, as we've seen, especially with like Batman the Animated Series, McFarlane, Hasbro, because they're moving out of the 3 3/4 inch, and this is even smaller than 3 3/4, and moving into like 6 inch scale. It just gets so prohibitively expensive at that stage. I mean, like an average vehicle for Batman is $100. You know what I mean? Like that's the big deal about this. Whereas a vehicle like this, I mean, it was $7.70 and 95 cents. I mean, it was crazy. I love the striking colors. They're just so beautiful. These lavenders, these purples, and of course the big highlight stickers like the greens, the yellows, the reds. It was just such a wonderful time in the 80s for this type of thing. I love it. When it's finally deployed, we can see that Slyrax actually fits into the pod itself for deployment into the water, and the sidecar actually transforms to its modular form. This is so much fun. Really, there really isn't much transformation at all here, but what it does do is it ejects with a spring-loaded action, which is always the biggest thing for kids. And we can see that the fins themselves actually eject, showing the Venom logo. I love this, guys. Sly Wrecker Rax comes with Stiletto, his mask, which is short and long. And I love this biker outfit. He looks so cool with all the chains and the trophies that he had strewn everywhere on his biker jacket. Those crazy shades, his overall hairdo, that crazy mustache, and of course the stiletto in its short form and the stiletto in its long form. So much fun, guys. M.A.S.K. Wave 2 has been confirmed by the loyal subjects, and this is a wonderful new collection for anybody who's collecting the M.A.S.K. figures. Huge shout out to our good friends over at ToyHabits.com for this wonderful article. Guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe to ToyHabits.com on their YouTube page, all their social media pages. You've got to follow these guys. They're always bringing us great news on toy news all year round. Give them a like and a follow. Tell them that Jay sent you. Guys, M.A.S.K. is returning in 2026 with Wave 2. And the loyal subjects are killing it for all M.A.S.K. fans all around the world. So, guys, I am super excited about this new release for the M.A.S.K. figures. And, of course, huge shout-out to our good friends over at ToyHabits.com. Let me know in the comment section below, guys. What were your thoughts about the M.A.S.K. vehicles reaching Wave 2? As it was a little bit of a question mark, bar none, for these vehicles. There isn't a truly deluxe figure, which is the size of Switchblade this time around. But I got to tell you, Jackhammer itself is pretty beefy, and it does actually transform quite well. So I imagine the price point will be a little bit higher, which is kind of a shame because I think a lot of collectors would like to collect these, and we have to just keep saving our pennies in order to get these in a timely fashion. But it still depends on when these will finally be released. As we already know, TitanToys.com will be the one-stop shop here in Canada for M.A.S.K. So you can count on us to have all the M.A.S.K. news for you guys ready as soon as it hits. Let me know in the comment section below, guys. What are your thoughts about M.A.S.K. and the M.A.S.K. crew expanding their toy line in 2026? Are you guys going to put your hard-earned cash for these M.A.S.K. vehicles as they're coming fast and furious, a little bit apart, but still transformable and still retaining their original features? Or do you already have these in multitude, as M.A.S.K. was available everywhere, and you really don't need these in your collection? But they are brand new, and they all do work. So maybe it's time for an upgrade. Let me know those comments in the comment section below, guys. Toy news continues in 2025, everybody. As a matter of fact, my good friend Danny Green and myself are trying to organize a brand new convention focusing on diorama artists and, of course, customizers. This is going to be a great event happening January 31st, 2026. As a matter of fact, Danny and I were on Spill the Geek Tea with our good friend, the Reverend Amagon Tom. Guys, you can check out that video right here, and we'll see you guys there. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe, and as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. M.A.S.K. is the mighty power that can save the day, and Wave 2 is coming to you fast and furious in 2026. We are the Titans Talking Toys, everybody, and we'll see you next time.